Hello everyone, my name's Li Weining. Before we begin, I'd like to share you 3 stories. The first story is about a boy. He's 18 years old, looks just like anyone else. But he has one unusual habit. He cannot accept anything that has been touched by another person. A glass at a restaurant that someone else has used, he refuses it. A textbook which his deskmate has flipped through, he insists on a new one. Even walking down the street, if someone accidentally brushes against his sleeve, he will take their shirt off on the spot. Is he far away from us? No, he's my cousin. The second story is about a girl. She's an average student, and she doesn't like talking to others so much. Sometimes she doesn't come to school for days, so she falls behind a lot of classes. I learned that it was actually due to the family conflicts that she developed a disinterest of learning. Therefore, she didn't know who to confide it. Exactly, she's my classmate. And the third story is about another girl. Growing up, she constantly hears the same refrain from adults. Look at how lucky your generation is. What could you possibly have to complain about? And honestly, for a while, she believed that too. Compared with our parents' childhoods, when the food was scarce, we really should be grateful. But here's the truth. Anxiety and pain are universal human experiences, and they have nothing to do with the material wealth. So now, guess who the girl in this story is? Actually, this girl is me. But if I'm being honest, my own childhood wasn't quite the happily ever after the adults imagined. My parents worked long hours and often didn't come home until 8 or 9 at night. I spent many evenings sitting on the sofa. My best friend back then was a stuffed rabbit. She was about 30 centimeters high with pink fur. And at night, I couldn't fall asleep without holding her. So when I saw my cousin suffering from the disorder and my classmate keep silence because of the family conflicts, I felt it in my bones. Because we were all fighting our own battles against loneliness and pain in our own way. My pain just looked lighter, but it was real. And I know it still lives in many people's hearts. So standing here today, I want to ask a serious question. Is our generation really as happy as they seem? So I looked up some data, and the numbers shocked me. According to the 2019 Global Burden of Disease study, roughly 2.6% of people aged 10 to 24 worldwide experience depression. While according to 2020 report on national mental health development published by the Institute of Psychology at the Chinese Academy of Science, the rate of detected depression among Chinese adolescents was 24.6%. That means 1 in 4 young people show the signs of depression. Among people 15 to 34, suicide is the leading cause of death. But what worries me even more is this. Among those young people struggling with mental health issues, over 70% have never received any kind of professional help. Why? Because they don't know how to ask, or they're too afraid to. Our generation has been labeled by many things. Digital natives, hothouse flowers, and the spoiled generation. We deeply respect the grueling battles our parents fought to put food on the table and build the comforts we enjoy today. Their struggle was about the survival. However, because they won that battle, our generation is facing a more completely different frontier. Our struggle isn't about physical survival. It's about the psychological survival. We're navigating a world of radical uncertainty. We're watching AI rapidly reshape our future. We are drowning in fragmented information. We were raised with the promise that high schools and good universities would guarantee happiness. But when that simple promise breaks down in a complex world, we're left standing in the dark, without a map. It's like a black hole, swallowing all of us. Facing this, I started to ask myself, what can I do? I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a policymaker, but as a student, I could use what I'm good at to make a small difference. So I started working on a mental health support project. I called it the Bunny. It's an AR-based, AI-driven interactive character where users can talk to the virtual companion and it responds to them in real time. In those light-hearted conversations, users can feel a sense of comfort. This isn't a replacement of professional help. It's just a tool, a hand reaching out to you when you feel most alone and least able to speak. Its only purpose is to remind you you are not alone. Let me introduce the Bunny. I've integrated her with a Whisper intelligent voice translation model and the OpenCV, along with gesture recognition capabilities. This allows her to stand on my hand while performing simple movements and engage in the conversation. Also, the character could change into different shapes, which you can see here. Of course, this project is still in its early age. I'm still learning how to help AI understand human emotions better. And every time I look at AI Buddy, I think of my cousin. I think of that silent girl. I think of the young version of myself. And I want to tell them, your pain is real. You deserve to be safe. Now I want you to think for a moment. How many people around us are silently suffering? How many students walk into school every day with a smile on their face while tears dropping inside? How many people haven't literally felt happy in a long, long time? You might say, I don't see it. Everyone seems good. But that's exactly the point. Most people won't let you see because they're afraid. Afraid of being labeled different, afraid of being called dramatic, afraid of being the subject of gossip, afraid of disappointing their parents. So they hide it all until one day they cannot hold it anymore. And to everyone in this room, if someone around you is struggling, you just need to do one thing. Listen. Sit with them quietly. Let them speak. Don't judge. Don't interrupt. Sometimes having someone who's willing to hear you out is the best medicine there is. Finally, I want to come back to that rabbit from my childhood. She had no life, no voice, but she stayed with me through countless lonely nights. Today, I want to appear that we can all become companions of others. You can do it the way I did. with technology. You can use words, write an article. You can use action, walk alongside a friend when they're down. You can use a voice, sing a song, or just simply say, I'm here, I'm listening. There are thousand ways to do it, but the heart of it is always the same. Be kind. Be kind to this world, be kind to others, be kind to yourself. Our generation faces challenges that no generation has faced before. But we also have tools and empathy unlike any before us. We are more willing than any before us to break the silence and face these issues head on. Let's start today. Start with ourselves. Bring those sadness hidden under silence, those tears shed in the dead of nights, those screams buried behind smiles. Bring them into the light. Let more people know you don't have to carry this alone. Thank you.